Wendell Vaughn, the first Earthman ever appointed the protector of the universe, bonded to the energy-transforming quantum bands that were both weapons and symbols of his station. He fought an ongoing battle to defend all life in the universe from cosmic evil as Quasar.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Quantum Zone, the Quasar podcast, episode 2. It's me, Phil, and with me tonight is...
Me, Matt.
That's right. Will couldn't make it. Episode 3 will be me and Will, and I'll tell you what at the end of this one, we'll tell you what we're doing next if you want to read ahead. But tonight, we're reading Quasar number 2. That's right. Matt's got it. I got it. Lots of stuff packed into this one.
Oh yeah.
We kind of have to make a jump from issue 1 because it opens up in Quasar's all bearded in deep space.
Yeah, this one goes way down the line. At the very end, in the letters, or what will eventually be the letters section, they break down when the timeline of everything that happens storyline-wise between Quasar 1 and Quasar 2 and 3, and it's a bunch. It's 9 different comic books. Actually, it's more than that because there's a few different of the Marvel 2-in-1s. So at the end of the first one, we see Quasar out and ready to go, and then the next time we see him, he has become a space hermit. You mentioned he's got the beard and the long hair because he's on a multiple year-long journey.
Yeah. Oh no, you're crackling a little. Check your microphone. But yeah, that list in the back. Yeah, I want to get to. We need to get to those someday. I need to find some of those. I don't even have some of those Dazzlers. Most of the 2-in-1s I don't have. Those I don't think I have those Defenders. Yeah, that's what I was talking to Will about today. I want to pick up some of these because he was talking about going in order, and there's a Marvel Comics Presents that Quasar's in. I don't have them. I even need to pick these up.
Yeah, I did a little bit of trying to find some, and I got a couple digital versions from Amazon. A few of them were not available. I had to dig deep. I did get a Dazzler number 9, but I haven't gotten into them yet. Fortunately, in this day and age, there's a lot of online comic shops where you can find some stuff, but then you got to wait for it to arrive in the mail. And it's more fun, of course, to go support the shops. But the number of shops that are willing to hold somewhat obscure back issues from the 80s, it's tougher for anyone to find, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of these stores aren't keeping big back issue supply anymore, especially if it doesn't pertain to a Marvel movie anymore, Yeah,
it's just a question of space, and I've seen a lot of good comic shops come and go, and you have to go to conventions with a list and really dig through them. And I've been to a bunch of shops around the New England area and only been able to find a handful. I looked up some other Quasar appearances on Wikipedia, and I found some newer Fantastic Four that he's in, but it's still hard to do a proper storyline issue by issue. But the way that they set up issue 2, they kind of glossed over a lot of the things that have happened in those few years with some flashbacks of him battling the Thing, and with the Fantastic Four of S.H.I.E.L.D., Texas Twist, the Vamp, and Blue Streak. So they go over some of the things because they're trying to build a readership in the second issue. They're not expecting everyone to have gone back many years to collect all those for completist reasons.
Well, yeah, and like issue 1 was like the way back origin, and then to everything that had happened since then happened between that last issue and this issue. So it's basically, quick flashback to last issue, everything that happened, him getting the bands. Then it's yeah, like the stuff with the Texas Twister and them, that was from like I think Captain America, and then there's crossover with Captain America and the Hulk. Like you say, they battled the Hulk, and then the stuff with the Thing is from Marvel 2 and 1, and then when he gets taken over by the Serpent Crown, I just got this recently. That's Marvel Team Up Annual 5. So it says after that he felt Project Pegasus almost went down twice out while he was security chief, so he was feeling all he quit, feeling all depressed, and eventually I don't know, I guess his father talked him into going into deep space to find the origin of the quantum bands.
Yeah, that kind of brings us back to what we were getting to in the last podcast about him wanting to please his father, and his father being a hard guy to please. He's someone that works with Stark, works with Shields, and then he finally gets his assignment is to oversee the lab that his father's in, and he ends up saving the day. So he's still depressed about all that happened, but his dad helps him by giving him this mission, which is in itself pretty depressing, because you're being shot off in the solitude of space for 3 or so years, and you're not sure what you're looking for. He ends up on a planet which he doesn't know where to go. He finds the closest thing that resembles a city, and he starts exploring it, figuring that his bands were manufactured from somewhere. Maybe everyone had it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know how the quantum bands got him there, because I mean, they basically, like you were saying, they're functioning for like 3 or 4 years, but he was basically almost in a coma. He was being fed intravenously, and he was like basically asleep most of that time. So I don't know how those quantum bands are kept working.
Yeah. And to skip ahead to the end of it, we realize that he hasn't even realized the strength of the quantum bands until Jan is able to help him figure that out. But there's plenty to process and digest in the meantime. Once the nature of his trip has sort of been explained, he's wearing this high-tech sort of space pack that's feeding him and keeping him alive with the mask, and the beard is still growing underneath it. Somehow not disrupting the mask, so it stays tight in the depths of space. But, there's some things in the cosmic universe you can overlook. It's not all going to be completely factual in terms of, well, his eyes would have blown out in space.
Yeah. But yeah, he goes to well, depends who you ask. Yeah, Uranus, whatever planet. Yes, but because I guess Marvel Boy, the original Marvel Boy laid at least when he came and attacked the Fantastic Four, I think he said that's the colony he came from. So yeah, that's where Wendell Quasar goes. And I guess these were it was a like an outpost of Eternals.
Yeah, and he finds ruins, basically. Yep. He finds a society of people that potentially could have been like him. They could have had the bands, and instead it's decimated, and he just sees more questions than answers at first glance.
But yeah, as depressing as that is, then he loses contact with Earth, and
right, he's been radioing with his father throughout the entirety of the journey up to that point. And it goes on its own.
Yeah, then he runs into a mysterious figure, Deathurge.
Yes. Still, Deathurge is, Quasar encounters a lot of villains that haven't been seen in too much, and I think Deathurge I had never seen him in a book before. He's in one of those Marvel Universe guidebooks that kind of details all the characters, and so you learn a little about him that way, which Mark Grunwald also edited and wrote a lot of. And he seems like a pretty intriguing character from that. And then you get his perspective because he notices Quasar before Quasar sees him. Quasar sulking and kind of beside himself, not sure where to continue looking in this empty planet, kind of laughing and going crazy, knocking off all of his equipment, and then kind of having a breakdown, which is understandable given the circumstances.
Oh yeah. Then helpful Deathurge tells Quasar, what happened to the colony and everything. Basically, they had learned the secrets of the universe. They learned the meaning of the universe, and then there was like nothing else to do. So
yeah, and so Deathurge is almost the beckoning darkness, and his. If you look at him, he's basically just a shadow or a void, except for white boots, gloves, and a cape.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to tell him to give in to death, essentially. So it's
So yeah, and then Quasar takes off flying, trying to get away from him, and the Deathurge pulls like black skis out of his body and flies after him on skis. Or reminds me of the Black Racer from DC Comics.
Yeah.
Also like a figure of death.
Yeah, the skis are pretty amazing, especially if you've grown up around the Silver Surfer universe.
Yes.
Heroes surf, but villains ski. I don't know. But yeah, that's sort of, it's similar essentially to what Quasar can generate with the bands. He made a ram's head in the last issue, and he's made fists on a couple of occasions, but Deathurge pulls an axe out of himself first. He's not phased at all when the quantum bands are shot into the middle of his chest. He tells Quasar, I cannot die. Basically, he is death, or a harbinger of death, and maybe the inevitability of death. Personified and made physical. And he also skis. No poles, though.
Yeah.
We make them.
He's not touching the ground. He doesn't need poles.
No, yeah.
But his all the stuff he's making, like black arrows and stuff, go right through Quasar's shields. And around this time, Quasar's like, you know what? I was a little down, a little depressed, but everyone goes through those periods. He's like, but I think I want to live now.
Yes. Yeah. A brush with death could do that with you, and especially a brush with Deathurge. But it's a good, interesting fight because he's, first of all, he's already in this vulnerable mental state. He's depressed. He's up in arms about the end to this mission. Seems he got his way to the planet, but he doesn't know where to go from here. He doesn't know how he's going to get back, especially after just having destroyed the equipment that got him there. In the transmissions with his father, he says he should have enough nutrients to get back. It's going to take as long as it took him to get there back, which is another few years. And now all of a sudden, not only is he being attacked, but he's being attacked by Deathurge himself.
And Deathurge does hit him, and it basically covers his whole body with the black substance. And as Quasar's about to hit the planet, he disappears.
Yeah, he just blinked out of existence, which is, you wonder if that's him getting sucked up from all of that. Is he gone to the death place? But Deathurge, the panel before, seems kind of confused, and then he's somewhere else. He's surrounded by very cosmic things. You see some planets, stars, volcanoes, and then
he's told he's in a small sector of subspace, and he turns and sees I want to say a figure, but look, it's like a giant floating head, a cross between a giant floating head and like, I don't know, like a piece of giant broccoli or something.
Yes.
Who says he's Eon, he who waits, the offspring of eternity, the personification of the life force of the universe.
Without which no other dimension would be possible.
Oh, the offspring of time, yes. The first dimension, yes.
Yeah, so that's like he wanted answers. So you think he found the guy that's capable of giving them to him, maybe.
Mm-hmm. But Eon
like
said
being the CEO instead of the assistant manager. First day on the job,
Yeah. Because Eon says when evil rises, he appoints these protectors of the universe, and the quantum bands are usually their weapon, except for last time when Marvel Boy got his hands on the quantum bands, and he wasn't worthy, but because the original Captain Marvel or Marvel was the last protector of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
But then he died.
Yeah. And we saw him go up in flames in the flashback of the first issue of Quasar, the origin. And then it shows you kind of a motley crew of the different protectors over time behind him. And got some interesting characters there.
Yeah, we kind of get a little bit more of that. I think, what is it, like issue 26 or 27, and then like in the early 40s. So yeah, we'll get there eventually, like other past protectors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's already enough information for travel-weary Quasar to take in at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we learned that Captain Marvel did neutralize Thanos before that, so he's already gone ahead, and then of course later on, Quasar will be involved as well. Most of the Marvel universe in the Infinity Wars, and Infinity Gauntlet, and all of that.
I was gonna say Thanos. I think I've heard that name before recently.
It's getting a lot of buzz around this Thanos now.
Who's this Thanos? I've never heard of him. But yeah, and then Eon's telling Quasar, Marvel Boy wasn't worthy of being protector, and he's asking Wendell Vaughn if he wants to be, and he says, "Wait, I have a choice," and he says, "Yes, of course, free will is an affirmation of life." And then Quasar agrees to do it, but then he's like, well, Eon tells him there's a threat coming, and he says, what is this threat? And Eon says, I know but 3 things about it. The threat will come from space, it will manifest itself on your world, and it will try to slay me to gain the secret of cosmic awareness.
I like that.
Yeah.
3 clues. Just kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you watched the new series of Twin Peaks, but it's an interesting thing. A show that had gone off the air 25 years prior gets rebooted, and a mysterious character, very Eon-like, gives the protagonist 3 clues to think about that you never really see until much later in the show. But, that's just me drawing a odd parallel, I guess.
There's a lot of reboots. There are a lot of old reboots coming back every year.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, so then Eon kind of hits Quasar with this beam, gives him a new costume, he says unlocks his so his mind can he has total mastery of the quantum bands now, which, as we'll see, gives him more new abilities.
Yeah, including being able to fold hyperspace.
That's right.
But most importantly, to go back, because he's still dealing with Deathurge, who is confused and waiting to see what happens with the fight he was just in on Uranus.
Mm-hmm.
Choose your own adventure, however you want to pronounce it.
But yeah, so he goes back and he's able to fight Deathurge pretty handily now that he mastered the quantum band thing, you know, axe and sword fight. And
I think also what you mentioned earlier comes into play about him having the will to live now too, and having that it could play a factor in defeating the beckoning of death, the presence that was trying to will you into submission and to give up. And that confidence, along with the newfound ability to unlock the potential of the bands, just kind of comes all into this perfect storm that allows him to basically take his first battle as protector of the universe, the first step of that.
But yeah, so he defeats Deathurge, and because Deathurge says the life urge burns too strongly within you. But as he's fading out, Deathurge says, "Farewell, Quasar. When we meet again, you will beg me to kill you, and I will refuse."
Yeah.
Very ominous.
Yeah. I like the way that they kind of set that up, and it almost is a turn on what we thought was the nature of Deathurge's character prior to that. You know, like, it's going to be worse. He's going to take this if you embarrassed him at his own game, and now he's going to make you pay for it. So
Yeah, I believe it's about 20 issues or so before that pays off. But
yeah, slow burn.
Yes. And then, so finally, you know, bad guy defeated. Quasar kind of got some answers. So he tells Eon, you know, I want you to come back to Earth with me. So, you know, if you want me to protect you, you better stay close by. But Quasar's like, it's going to take years to get back unless you know the shortcut. And Eon says, in fact, I do. Prepare to quantum jump.
Yeah. And that's the folding.
Yep.
Space and time.
He says it should only be attempted when you're orbital distances from celestial bodies, because, as we'll see, I believe he attempts it a couple times in an atmosphere, and it makes big booms when you do it within an atmosphere.
Yeah. You got to be courteous. You're protecting the universe. You can't cause any wreckage around you. I mean, that's on a little bit of a side note. That's one of the things that I really liked about the Captain America Civil War movie, when it kind of talks about all the destruction from the past movies and how it's affected the lands that it took place in, the cities and countries and stuff. I think maybe that's kind of a nod to the writing of old comics, where it makes you think, you know, you can't just destroy New York City, you can't destroy space and then have it be back the next day. Like, it didn't happen. But it could be a reach from my part.
So yeah, so they're back to Earth already, and Quasar's taking Eon home to meet Dad.
Yeah, which begins one of my favorite relationship aspects of the comic, the Eon and Dad.
Yep. Next issue, they meet, and Quasar sets up his life on Earth, which he sets up his office in a familiar setting, the Marvel fans. So stay tuned for that. But
yeah,
and then we get the science fact on the like you're saying, the letter page has a list of issues, you know, between issue 1 and issue 2, but also Uranus, the seventh of the 9 known planets. Wow, this is dated. The 7th of the 9 known planets. Is Pluto still a planet? I don't think so.
At this point, I think it was, but I don't remember.
Yeah, back then it was, but I know for a while they were saying no. I forget if they went back on that, but
I think that they went back on it, and it might have gone back again. I don't know. I stopped getting push notifications about Pluto's.
Yeah.
How it is categorized.
But the 7th of the 9 known planets in our solar system is 2.8 billion kilometers from the sun, which is about 19 times further away from the sun than the Earth is. It takes 84 years for Uranus to complete a single orbit around the sun in about 17 hours for it to rotate about on its axis. Uranus is 4 times as large as Earth and 14.6 times its mass. Its atmosphere is made up of primarily of hydrogen and helium. The average temperature there is 64 degrees Kelvin. That is 64 degrees above absolute zero. Uranus has 10 rings around it, but those are so faint that they weren't observed until 12 years ago from what was this, 89?
1989, I think.
So 77. Okay.
Yeah.
Uranus has 5 major moons: Miranda, Ariel, Umbriel, Titania, and Oberon, and 10 minor ones. None of the 15 is as large as our moon, Luna.
I forget that our moon has a name, Luna.
I know, but see, hey, we're teaching this stuff, even if the teacher's not here this week.
Yeah, yes. It's big Phil, Phil, you and I both have big Will-size shoes to fill.
That's right.
Professor Will not here this week.
Yeah.
And they do mention there's a little bit of a works cited page after they talk about the Deathurge appearances in Marvel 2-in-1.
Yes.
It says the data about Uranus was culled from Voyager Discovery at Uranus by Richard Berry in the May 86 issue of Astronomy. So I wonder if Richard Berry just got a package in his mail one day when he was studying planets. It just had Quasar number 2 in it. And he was a little confused, but maybe hopefully flattered by the work that went into it.
So that's it.
I know you got a hard out time. We're sticking this in without Will here, but we got through the entirety of the book.
Yes.
We talked about it, kind of dig deep, and well, I guess we'll do the credits for it at the end.
Oh yeah.
Proper, of course, Mark Grunwald, writer, Paul Ryan, penciler, Danny Balinati, inker, Janice Chiang, letterer, Paul Bechtong, colorist, Howard Mackey, editor, Tom DeFalco, the man.
Yeah, I think so far it was the same. I think those were the same credits as last issue.
Okay, but no breakdowns this one.
Yes.
So, but the same cast and crew. That's good.
Yeah. Maybe everyone had our question. What are breakdowns?
Yeah, I didn't successfully find that answer.
Well,
sure. Find it. It's in the cosmos.
Yes. All right, everyone. Next episode, Will and I will be talking a Quasar team-up issue, Captain America 379. It's Captain America and Quasar team-up. So if you want to read ahead, read Captain America 379. All right. Will, where can people find you? I
went to Will's page and he's got his whole comic Kickstarter. Just got, I don't have the URL, but you can find me at MattKona on Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, MATTKONA. And I don't have any new comedy articles yet, so you can just look back at the old archives. I got some old ones on there.
But follow him. There'll be stuff coming.
Yeah.
Let's see. As for me, I'm on Twitter at NightwingPDP. Email nightwingpdp@gmail.com. And follow the Capes and Lunatics at Capes Lunatics on Twitter, and the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks, which you're listening to, at CL Sidekicks. You can email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, and the voicemail for all our shows, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. So tell us in your own voice, how do you pronounce it, Uranus or Uranus? All right. That has been another Quantum Zone episode. This has been episode 2, Quasar 2. Like I said, join me and Will for episode 3, Captain America 379, where they battle Nefaria.
Awesome. I'll be listening. Thanks, Phil.
Hey, thank you. Until next time, protectors of the universe, keep it quantum.